Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And as I'm sure you can tell from clicking on today's video, we are still working in this bathroom renovation. So in last week's video, I removed the old tub and replaced it with a new one and added a wall ledge. I also asked your opinion on the shower, what you guys think I should do, and 100% every single one of you that commented said, yes, replace the shower because you don't want to have to do it later down the line. While everything's already torn up, do it now. Also, the tile we talked about, still haven't made up my mind because first what we have to do is get this shower out. I have to demo the surround and also the tiles, bring it down to the studs so we can really see what we're working with. A lot of you have asked me what I do with old construction material, and here's a tip that I like to use. Before I start a project, I take a picture of the older material intact, and then I'll post it online, like on Facebook Marketplace or something for free, and that way if I can demo it and get it out in one piece that it can be reused again, then someone can come pick it up and use it in their space, and I don't have to worry about taking it off somewhere. Okay, all of the glass is gone, and this is disgusting. Can you see why I wanted to at least redo? I was originally thinking I would need to redo like all of the grout and all of the caulking and siliconing, and that's why I just decided, you know what, this is really gross, and we're just gonna take all of this out and start fresh. I've been wanting to do this for so long.
Instead of prying all of the tile off and then taking out the drywall, I decided to just take my oscillating tool and go ahead and cut around the tile through the drywall, and that seemed to work really well. I was able to take the wall off in really big chunks until it kind of backfired a tiny bit on the back wall. It came off all in one piece, which I was not expecting. It was a little bit of a surprise, but I was able to get it out. It was just extremely heavy.
So now that I have everything open down to the studs, I had a feeling this was going to be the situation right here. This is a air duct coming down from the attic and going down to the first floor. So, I mean, I would have options if I wanted to move that, I guess, but I just feel like that would be extremely expensive. So what I'm thinking right now is I'm probably going to keep the shower the same size, even though it's pretty small. I don't think it'll be super cost effective to expand the shower when I have to move like air ducts and things like that. So I have everything exposed, so when the plumber comes, he'll be able to do all of the plumbing for the pretty new hardware for the shower and for the bathtub. So just a few more things left of demo in here. I need to remove the shower pan and a couple other things, but I'll show you when we get there. So let's see if we can get the shower pan out. So the first thing that I needed to do to get this pan out was remove the drain. I went ahead and did that. Luckily my drain just had an inside piece that screwed right out, because sometimes that can be really tricky. And now I'm just gonna go through, and it is attached to the studs with screws, and take those out, and hopefully we'll be able to lift this right out. Okay, I've got everything out and cleaned up. It was so bad I couldn't walk in here with all the tile and the shower pan. So I can't do anything else with the shower right this second, because the plumber is coming to redo this, and I can't do the walls, or I don't want to do the walls until that's done, and I can't do the pan until the walls are done. But there are a couple things that I can do while I wait. This right here was the previous half wall that was here with the shower. I don't want it sticking out that far anymore, and it doesn't need to, because the bathtub is still more narrow than the other one. You can see like that's where the other bathtub used to be. So what I'm gonna do is trim these so it will hopefully be flush with the bathtub, and then we're gonna add another piece on the front, but that's way down the line. Also, some drywall work to do in here still. May as well knock that out while I'm waiting. Just the seams when I go from this to that and right there. All of this will be covered with tile. I'm going to waterproof this, and still need to add drywall or cement board or something here, but I'm waiting to do that for the same reason as the shower. This plumbing needs to be reworked. So that's the plan right now. Never mind, my batteries just died, so while they charge, let's work on the drywall. Okay, the drywall is probably gonna take at least a couple of coats, so I'm gonna do the rest of that off camera after it dries. But this should be all flush now, so when I go back over the top with stone or whatever trim I'm using, it can just sit on top like this, and it'll cover this side of the tub right here and this whole little half wall, and it'll be like a really clean look without the wall sticking too far out into the bathroom for absolutely no purpose. Okay guys, it's a couple days later and the plumbers have come and gone, and I am feeling super poor, but also super excited because they attached the new plumbing, they put the new faucet to the bathtub. Let me show you. Look how pretty that is. I love it. I love the handles. I love how far it comes out. It's awesome. Also, they did this over here, all this new plumbing, because this little hose right here is going to be for like a handheld wand. So you'll have water coming out of here and water coming out of there if you want. So excited about that. But also super excited because now we can close up these walls. So I have been doing so much research on this, like I am not sleeping enough, so much research because I want it to be right. And what I've seen online, people suggesting is this Go board versus cement board, because this is super lightweight and it's completely waterproof. Now it is like double the price of cement board, but it's so much easier to work with, which is perfect for a DIYer like me. It could be cut with a utility knife, just like drywall, and you can snap it. And I'll show you how we're gonna waterproof the seals too when we get to that point, but I'm gonna go ahead and start installing this in the shower. So a couple of things to show you really quick. The boards are 3 feet wide by 5 feet tall. So I added an extra blocker piece right here just because the board's gonna stop right here and then start again. It might be overkill, but I thought it couldn't hurt. Also, these are the screws that you use to put them in. They have like a wide, let's see if I can get it to focus. There it goes, like a wide head. And it's kind of like drywall where you don't want to drive it down too far. You want it to sit flush. And also, do not touch this stuff with your bare hands. Like lesson learned when I was getting it from the store, because it's like insulation. Like it's tiny little things that will irritate your skin and cut your skin, and it drives me crazy. So I'm going to be using gloves the whole time that I install this. Okay, we've already hit a couple of problems. So before I screwed this in, I was like, that doesn't look right. So I went and grabbed the like trim plate that I'm gonna be using. My tile is not gonna be this thick. So there's a board back there going across like this that is what this is screwed to. So I'm going to have to move that and put another board, so this needs to be like flush with this board. Also, problem number 2, I went and measured the shower pan that I'm going to be using and where it's going to be hitting, and based on those measurements, where the shower surround is going to go. And the glass is probably going to be hitting like right here, which sucks because I obviously have no stud right there. So I think what I need to do is just add a couple of studs here to make all of that wood, so no matter where the shower enclosure, the glass enclosure ends up falling, it'll have a solid surface to screw into. So pause on this for a second, gotta do those things. All right, so I've got the valve flush where it needs to be. I've got, this is just solid wood basically now, so wherever that enclosure may hit right here, it's gonna have some wood that it can be screwed into. So it's time to start adding our other boards, and to do that, I am using this Go Board Pro sealant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of it right here, and then when I go on top with the other board, or in this corner right here, when I put this board in, it will really hold it together and squeeze out. And then I will take a putty knife and run the putty knife over this seam, completely waterproofing it. I will also be doing it to every single one of these screw holes.
As I'm applying the sealant, I'm making sure that I'm using a very generous amount, because after I add this board and then add the screws, I want the excess of the sealant to squeeze out, and that's gonna seal up our gap, our seam here. And if you think I was joking about how much this stuff irritates the skin, just look at my neck in these clips. I touched my neck with my gloved hands, and that's what it was doing to my skin. So don't do that, because it's super annoying. But the excess that had squeezed out was not quite enough, so I went back and added some more to the seam and just smoothed it out to make sure that it was completely waterproof. And then I am adding it to the corner here for this board, and then I am using a corner trowel to smooth it out in the corner so it'll be smooth on each board.
Okay, I think everything is waterproofed, hopefully. We got all the screws, all the seams. This seam right here on the outside and the one at the top, those are going to be outside of the water zone, like either outside of the enclosure, or that is like 7.5 feet up in the air. So according to all the research I did, I can just use mud to fill that in, drywall mud, but my tile will probably go over that line anyway, just to make it all look nice and seamless. I still have to do this side of the bathtub, but I was mainly focused on the shower because I really want to get an operating shower in here. But this is where we're gonna stop for today. This is what I was able to get done this week, but next week, I am going to be tiling. It is really gonna start coming together. I get really excited when I get to start putting the pretty stuff back and we can start reaping the benefits of all the hard work that we've put into this. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. And if you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. Also leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking of the bathroom remodel, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.